Welcome back, everybody, to Hayes Tech ROM Reviews. Today we're going to go over CR Droid, and this is for the Nexus 6. There are quite a few builds out there for different devices. I'm going to do this for the Nexus 6 because my mic works for it, and I think it's just going to go a little quicker on this device. Plus, I'm using my Nexus 6P to do a video on taking my Samsung Galaxy Note 8 up to Resurrection Remix Nougat. So be looking for that video to come out later this afternoon as well. Let's go ahead and get into this ROM. Right now, again, I really didn't set it up as far as the launcher, so I'm going to go ahead and kick into the launcher here real quick, let you guys see what it's flashed with, if I can remember how to do this quickly. We want to go into here. Let me go to... and we're just going to pick Trebuchet, because that's what it comes flashed with. Okay, so if I click home again, I'm going to pick Trebuchet as always. This is what it comes flashed with. This is what it looks like. It's standard Trebuchet launcher. You do have to push the button in order to get to your apps, like that. And we're going to go ahead and go into System right now and let you guys see the ROM. So it is CR Droid. It is for the Nexus 6. Android version 7.1.1, does have the March 5th security patch in it. I am running CR Droid's kernel. Listen, guys, the kernel that comes with CR Droid is phenomenal. It works with multi-ROM. It's got color controls in it. It's an awesome kernel. I really like it. It also does not force encrypt. You do not have to worry about encrypting your device by using this or anything else. I didn't flash Super User. I'm going with the Super User that's supplied in the ROM, and I didn't even flash the FED patch. You don't have to. That's what's great about this ROM. So I just figured I'd bring that up, let you guys know. And it's running SE Linux enforcing. I haven't even checked to see if I can change that around. So let's go ahead and go into the part of the ROM that I know you guys want to see, and that's the CR Droid settings. They have a ton of settings. If I keep swiping over, you guys can see just how many there are. So be prepared. This is going to be a pretty long video. I'm going to try to make it as short as possible. So let's go ahead and get into this. First up, status bar icons. You guys know what these are. Pick and choose what you want to shut off as far as what you want showing in your status bar whenever that certain item is on. You can enable super user. You have your network traffic. These are all your controls for that. This is another ROM that allows you to color a lot of things. As you can see, I've already set up some of the stuff that I wanted done. Show date, or show your Wi-Fi activity, stuff like that. Then you have your clock position, right, left, center, AM, PM, you know, date, style, format. That's all the same. But this ROM's cool because it does allow you to change the DP settings on it. I usually like to run between 16 and 18, depending on what all I'm going to plan on running in my status bar. Right now I have it running at 17. I think it comes at like 14, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it actually comes at that size. So I know a lot of you guys out there like it in that stock setting, so I'll just go ahead and leave it there for you. But just remember that you can change that. It does come with a battery bar. Awesome. I love that. You can set it up however you like. Right now I think my battery bar is actually, because I have Team battery bar running in the background, I'll bet you. No, I don't. Huh. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and go back into settings. But you guys can go ahead and set the colors up however you want. And I did set this up once. I don't know why it's not showing it. I actually had that set up at like that color right there. And no, that was for the charging. But anyways, you can set up charging, your low battery color, you know, your custom charging color, all that. You can go with a blend of colors. So if you pick on that, it kind of blends all three of the colors that you choose into like a, a rainbow effect. And you can also go with a different thickness. It comes set at 1 dp, just so you are aware of that. Alright, that takes care of battery bar. Battery status style, these are what they give you. I'm running hidden because 3-minute mod works on this, guys. Another ROM out there that all you have to do is install the ROM, go to the Play Store, and if you've purchased the purchased or the donate app, the purchased app, it'll automatically throw on your last battery that you have. And I've changed the batteries around, so I know it's working really, really good. So it's good on them for that. Next up is going to be your show logo. You can color that if you want. They do give you different options as far as the logos go. These are the options that you have to choose from. I like to go with just the logo they have. That way people know what ROM I'm running. I like to show that off, you know. I mean, developers need to get a little bit of a, you know, I guess a plug here and there. It just helps them out. And the more people that I think give them thanks in XDA threads and donate to them, I think the more that they would be willing to go a little bit more for us. So, guys, just make sure that you show them your appreciation and, you know, hit that thanks button or buy them a cup of coffee or something. Quick pull down features. You know, off, right, left. Then you have your brightness control by sliding your finger across the status bar if you're into that. Under the quick settings, you have your quick setting header image, which I love, by the way. I'm running dynamic. You can go static if you want. Static, you only get to pick one picture, but you get to choose through all of them and have one picture up there at all times. Now, you can change it at any point in time that you want, but, you know, it is what it is. I go with dynamic, and then I also pick, I go with a random. And what random does is it picks all the header images that I have in here. And believe me, guys, I have some apps downloaded from the Play Store, like, I don't even want to screw his name up. But I have some header images already installed from the Play Store. So you're not going to get all of these, but go to the Play Store and download some of the ones that they have there. You're just going to love it. Pick random. It picks every one of these and kind of randomly throws it up there for a random picture. About every hour it's going to change on you, and your phone will never be the same. It'll always be something different. Browse installed headers. Again, you want to pick this feature if you're going with the static, and if you pick on that, that of course that was AOSP. Again, you know, these are all the ones. I was hoping to find the developer that had that one app, and it's killing me now that I can't think of his name. I will give him a plug here before this is over. Let me see here. Header image shadow, you guys can set that however you want. I usually run with no shadow at all, but again, you guys can set that up however you want. Omni jaws, customize your weather tile. These are the settings for that. You have your service settings. Condition IPAC, if you guys want to change that around. I usually go with the lock screen color, and that's how you set that up. Next up is going to be your quick settings tile. I do have 6 for the first, for the first drop. So if you pull down slightly, you get those little icons up there. I have mine set at 6. You can set that up all the way to 7 if you want. I think 6 is good for me anyways. Portrait, you can go all the way up to 7 in the rows. I highly recommend that you don't, because you're not going to be able to use them. I would recommend either 5 or 6, and it's depending on the theme. If you're running a theme that has smaller icons, you can go with 6. If you're running with a theme that has larger icons, anything more than 5, you're not going to be able to use that bottom row. So 5 or 6. Of course, landscape, you can change that to what you want. And columns, you can go all the way up to 10 columns if you'd like. And that's what it would look like. And I don't like that. But I know some people that do like that. So good on them for giving us those choices. That's why I love Android. Choice, guys. Remember that. Choice. You do have the Wi-Fi easy toggle, Bluetooth, data, battery, location. All those easy toggles are there. Brightness slider, your brightness icon. You know, if you want that shown, that means when you pull that down, do you want the little icon shown next to the brightness slider or not? Even in the header, you know, you guys can do a lot with that. You can also edit the icon by, you know, if you want to have that on, multi-user. That's pretty much the settings for the quick setting. Swipe to the right brings up buttons. You have your standard buttons, end call, long press, power for torch. If you guys want to run with that, they're there. I found that a lot of times me picking up my device, I inadvertently hit that damn power button, and I'm turning on my flashlight all the time. Excuse me. So I don't run with it. You guys can do what you want with that, though. You have your control playback, obviously, for your music and stuff. If you guys are into that, you can set that up as far as your volume controls go. Then your control ringtone volume, keyboard cursor control, and reorient, which is basically swapping the buttons around when you go to landscape mode. Under navigation, you have your navigation bar. You can have it on or off. I don't see why you'd want to run it off unless you were using gestures for everything. But hey, you know, it's Android. It's your choice. You do what you want. They do come with PI control, which is really cool. I didn't get a chance to try it out. Let me find where the trigger is. No, not style. I want the trigger. Gravity. Okay, it's on the left. So I should be able to just press and hold and get pi. There it is. Okay, so pi's there. It's working. So if you guys are into that, there are your pi settings. Navigate mode, it does come with smart bar and fling. I'll go ahead and go into the fling mode so you guys can see what the fling settings look like. These are the settings that it comes with. I don't profess to know much about fling. I don't use it. I tried it in the past. It's just a little bit too much for me. I like things simple, and this makes it more for you multitaskers that like to do a bunch of stuff with just that navigation bar. This gives you that option. So, I mean, it's really cool to have. I just don't use it. I usually go with smart bar. These are your smart bar settings. Again, you can do a lot with that smart bar settings by using the toggle button editor. You just click on that. As soon as you see that red X, hit that. Whoops. As soon as you see, whoops. Click on that. As soon as you see that red X, press and hold on the icon that you want to add an action to. Press on action. Pick what you want, single, double, or triple tap, or long press, not triple tap. I'm going to go with a long press. I'm going to select a custom action, and we're going to go with split screen. All right, so that'll give me two apps that I can see on screen at the same time just by long pressing that. Now, if I long press it again and go actions, I'll go to double tap. I'll pick another select custom action, and this time we're going to pick last app. And what that does is that allows me, when I double tap that, it will directly go to the last app that I was using. If I double tap it again, it'll go back to the app that I was using before that. So it just switches back and forth between two apps. It's a really nice feature to have. It's very simple to set up. You've seen how I did it. When you're done with that, basically you just you can usually hit save. What I normally like to do, and it's not letting me here. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go back, and it's just going to save it. But you can save profiles. You can set that up different ways, and you can switch between the different profiles that you have set up. It does come with the dynamic nav bar, which I like, and pulse. So if you guys want to set up pulse, there it is. I love pulse. I usually set it up purple. I'm going to go with the light blue this time. Whenever I'm watching YouTube videos and I don't watch them in full screen, you get that like amplifier, or little lines on the bottom. It looks really cool. It moves up and down as the voice and the volume goes. So it's pretty cool. I like it. Swipe to the right brings up notifications. You have your power notification, control force expanded notifications. You can disable immersive mode messages, which I like to do. Nothing I hate worse than them damn full screen messages popping up all the time. They have the missed call, volume, or voicemail, all that. You guys can run with all that if you want. If you want those under your breathing notifications, timeout and snoozers all the way at the bottom. Swipe to the right brings up our ambient display. I have that disabled. I don't like to run in ambient. There are only certain apps that I like to run that way, so I have it disabled. I usually go into it more like a per app basis. But again, guys, you can set it up however you want. Transparency, awesome. I love the transparency and the blur effects that come with this ROM and Resurrection Remix. And when Bolt OS ever gets released, Bolt has it. I really like this. It adds a visual effect to the phone that I really think kicks it up a notch. So good on them for that. These are all your settings for your transparencies. Blur's up next. Again, I told you guys I love that. You can change those colors. Be careful. If you go with too bright of a color or too obnoxious of a color, you may get tired of it really, really quickly. But you can change them very easily. Just tap on it. Pick what you want. Like, say I'd go with a red. I picked a red as my dark. And for my light, we'll go with, let's just go with a dark blue. And what that's going to do is if I go ahead and enable my blur, I'm going to go ahead and enable the quick settings, recents. Now, since I changed those colors, it's going to see how it got in my background for my notifications in that. It's just, that's what that coloration's for. So you guys be careful with that. You can get a little crazy with it, okay? Right now I'm going to go back to quickly. We're just going to hit black. Right there, that color. And I think this was a light gray, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Alright, so now it looks more like what it's supposed to, see? Alright, expanded desktop, basically That's the one I use, which I pick the apps that I want to show expanded. Full screen, and then you have your full screen alarm. I'm going to swipe to the right, brings up the lock screen. Screen shortcuts. These are your center shortcuts. You guys can set them up however you want. I don't use them. You can set up shortcut long presses, swipe shortcuts, all that. Media arc cover, clock date, alarm, status bar, tap to sleep, notification count, power menu, and quick settings to be allowed on the lock screen. That's where the settings are at for that. Swipe to the right again brings up the power menu. These are the options for the power menu. As you guys can see, I don't have this set up. I was running this, then I had to try something really quick. That's just the way I am. I had to crack flash something real quick. I wanted to see something. And since I have multi-ROM, well, I have it on here, but I didn't have this one ROM on. Anyways, long story short, I had to reflash just to do this video. So I didn't completely set it up. But these are the settings you have for your power menu. Recent screen is next. Immersives, I like to go full screen. That means that when you hit your recents, it pretty much fills up the whole screen. And we're going to go back to, no, I didn't want to go there. I wanted to go to settings. There we go. You do have your hidden apps, memory bar, yes. Clear all button, they give you 6 positions for that. I like to go to the bottom left. You can use Omni switch for recents if you want, which is really cool. Again, I like Omni. I don't use it anymore, not since KitKat, but it's there. If you guys want to use it, it's there. And then you can also go with Slim Recents if you want, which Slim Recents are really cool. They are the true KitKat style recents, which are on one side or the other. So you have those options. Sound is up next. You have your charging sounds, enable screenshot sounds. Pretty basic for most of this stuff. Swipe to the right again is going to bring up animations. This is kind of cool here. If you're into system animations and so on and so on, you're going to have a lot of animation control here. I don't think they have the one that I like, which is just, yeah, they do scrolling animation right there. Yeah. This is basically the scrolling mod from back in the exposed days when I was running exposed. Only it works now without having to have exposed. And it's really cool. I love this. I usually go up to about 19.5 if I can get it there. Oops, a little too far. There, 19.5. And I'll set this all the way at the bottom, which they have it set, the friction, at 140, which I used to set this at 20. I saw some of them set at 70. I like to set that clean down to 20. Man, it really scrolls through a long list. But that's how they have it set up. I'm going to leave it there. It does help with scrolling, makes it nice and smooth. Although they do have the scrolling cache there too, so you guys can run with that. Now the fancy QS tile animation, I didn't see a difference in it. Okay, yeah, this one works now. Notice that the animation's not folding up on me, okay? So the animation on that is definitely working very well. Now if I would turn that back on, my animations would work. See how that animation goes in the quick settings? So it's working great. Let me go back to that. All right. So the animations are working, so that's pretty cool that they're working. Under miscellaneous, you have your clock widget, wake lock blocker. Your clock widget is basically your clock and your weather. You can set that up. That's where you go to do that. Wake lock blocker, suspend actions. You have your screenshot type. I usually like to just take full screen. Although I've been playing with the drag and select, that's just not the way I like to do it. But you guys can go ahead and do what you want with that. You have your disable signature or suggestions. Listen to me, signature. Remove summary settings. I like to get rid of the suggestions. I just think it's pretty intrusive. I know that I need to set up my a pin. I just don't like to run with a pin. So you guys can disable that. Let me see here. Show CPU information if you want that. And then you do have your disable force close notifications. I normally do run with that. And last but not least is going to be about CRDroid. This is going to be change logs, where you can share CRDroid to your friends, GitHub, Google+, device maintainers who are the ones that are actually maintaining the devices. You can actually see who they are here. And I guess for Shamu that would be, let's see here. I would like to give him a plug here real quick if I can find it. Oppo, OnePlus. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There it is, Nexus. It's right here. I don't know if it's going to, yeah. But that's neobuddy89. Listen to me. So anyways, that's the maintainer. But guys, use this. If you have to report a bug, right here's where you report the bug at. You know, make sure you have the right information to give before you report it. I'm going to go ahead and hit display, sound, security, and scroll through some of the ones I normally hit because I know some of you guys like to see that. They do have the wallpaper on here where you can go through and pick the wallpaper that you want. I'm actually using a wallpaper from a icon pack that I'm using. And then you have your font size that you can change on the fly, and as well as the display size, which is one thing I do like about Nougat. One of the very, very few things I like about Nougat. I really do not like Nougat at all. But there are a couple features I would love to see incorporated, like do a marshmallow Nougat mix. That would be a really nice ROM. Sound is up next. Basic sound settings. I do want to have all that down. Let's see. Yeah, yep. It does have the link, you know, your ringtone, your notifications together, or you can unlink them. I like to run with them unlinked so I can adjust both of them differently. And then you have your other sounds here. That's what you have for that. That's it for sounds. We're going to hit security quickly. This is your security settings. Notice it says encrypt phone underneath encryption. That means, again, I did not get force encrypted. This ROM is awesome, guys. It will not force encrypt. So good job on them for that. Make sure you have that unknown sources turned on if you guys are going to try to install anything from your internal storage or off of the Google Play or, you know, from Google, Internet, whatever. Last but not least, we're going to go ahead and hit developer options. So you have your advanced restart. Right here, the switch to turn that on. Root access, apps ADB is where I normally go. And make sure you guys turn on that developer options or your Android debugging. You want to make sure that's on in case you guys hit a wall. Something happens seriously with your phone. You can't access it anymore. You need to have that feature turned on so you can access it through ADB. Now, sometimes you still can even if that switch isn't on, but I just really recommend that you turn it on. It does come stock as far as drawing goes for animations at 0.6 all the way across the scale. And it's been running pretty good. I haven't touched it. I left it right where it was at. And that is it. So that's it, guys. CR Droid for the Nexus 6. This is 7.1.1 latest build as far as I'm aware. They may have pushed one out yesterday or this morning. But this was pretty new at the beginning of the weekend. When I first flashed it and started to give it a workout. So I highly recommend it. I like it. Really like the ROM a lot. Smooth. Had no issues with it. Sound works. Data works. Let me see here. Let me turn on my camera quickly. See if I can pick up something here. Yes, allow. Don't want to tag. Next. This is the supplied camera. So, yeah, as you guys can see, let me take some pictures here. Camera's working. I don't want to go ahead and go into video because I don't want to screw up, you know, the screen record, having a double video going like that. So, anyways, guys, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. I want to thank all of my subscribers. You guys are the best. Again, I wouldn't even be doing this anymore if it wasn't for you guys, you know, just because of Nougat and a lot of the rhetoric that's been going on out there in Android lately. I'd just rather say the heck with it and quit. But you guys like these reviews, and I don't mind giving them to you. So I'm going to keep on going until, you know. Anyways, I do want to thank my subscribers. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next one.